Hello and welcome to the 737-A Zombie Apocalypse mission. What is the Zombie Apocalypse mission, you may ask? Well, it's quite simple. We're on the ramp, cold and dark, San Francisco International, in our chosen aircraft, in this case, the 737. In today's video, that happens to be by Zebo, and we're going to imagine that a terrible plight that afflicts thousands of homeless here in San Francisco, all the addicts, they suddenly turn into hordes of zombies that attack anything that's alive. And that includes us here at San Francisco International. We've got no ground crew and we've got to get out, dodge and fast. And so the rules are, if you want to replicate this at home, got to be at San Francisco International. That's the ICAO code Kilo Sierra Foxtrot Oscar. You got to be on the ramp start. Now, I've chosen the maintenance one, yeah? There's no point going up against the gate because you can't use ground crew. No APU, nothing like that. No cheats of any description. Your game's got to be as realistic as it can go, so nothing fast align or anything like that. And I happen to have real world weather on. You can have that or not if you like, and it's daytime. Doesn't have to be. You can choose weather accordingly. But what matters really is that the realism's all the way on. And so with that done, just before we underway, here we happen to see where the maintenance is at this end here, and here the runways. Now, I'm keeping my fingers crossed because in the latest Explain update, the Zebo module is a little bit unreliable. I'm hoping it'll last us while we get across the bay. And so without further ado, I need to find some way to get across. In fact, let's bring us over into Explain 12. Yes, so here we are, by the way. It's the maintenance, and here is San Francisco. So we're getting inside the aircraft from outside. As you see, there are no ground crew, there's no chocks, there's no APU, there's no nothing. If you like, there was some stairs up against the door. We've just climbed in and closed them. We're in here, cold and dark, and the clock... I need to find some way to overlay a clock, actually, and I'm sure I did have it. Let's just have a look. I'm sure there was. Come on, where am I with my overlays? Overlays. I'm sure there was something I could put on. I'll tell you what. 13:16. How long have we got? I need to find some way without putting the power on, because if I put the power on, that's kind of cheating. I'll tell you what. We're just gonna go for it, and we'll take the time after the fact. All right. So 3, 2, 1. Let's go. So battery power on. Start the APU. There we go. I'd like to press it sooner, but there is a little bit of a warm-up and it doesn't work. And so while we're waiting for that, there's not much else we can do. So we may as well turn some of the lighting on. And as soon as that jumps to life, get one of the fuel pumps on as well. Come on, come on, come on. There we go. All right, APU bleed open. Packs are off already. Cross bleed starting engine number 2. And while we're waiting for that to crank up, let's get these over onto ATT. We ain't going to have time to align them. Let's get window heat on. Back to the front now, see what the engine's doing. There it goes. KSFO into the airport. It wants to know our heading. Right, it's taking its time to crank. What is our heading? My experience, this doesn't work great. Well, it's roughly 300. Turn that down. 22, 23, and 24. Fuel going in. let's release the parking brakes. And as soon as that starts stabilizing, which is now, I'm going to take the engine bleed, APU bleed off. We're going to start taxiing, and we're going to use, with the open isolation valve cross bleed, start on 1. Keeping an eye on that. Single engine taxiing, gonna need a bit of differential braking to turn right, so I am using that. Alright, fuel going in on the left engine. It's gonna be a flaps 1, 2, 5. There we can see the ignition taking place on number 1. Let's get the lights on, what view we've got. Also get the hydraulic pumps on. And there we go, engine 1 and 2 are ignited. No time for RTOs. Coming up here, the other thing I want. Okay, let's get the packs on. Try and get back on the runway. Let's go. That's loud. Turn it down a little bit.
80 knots.
Let's get the engines on bus, and we'll leave everything else. That'll do.
Positive rate.
And that was pretty quick. Wheels up, starting to draw in the flaps, and we need to get across the bay area, so that's going to be to the left.
400.
Flaps 1. Now, we don't got to worry about the speed limit here, simply because, well, we're trying to get away from the zombies. We're not worrying about anything. Alright, so flaps are up, wheels are up. Turn the gear off. Now let's have a look up here what else we can do. Engine bleeds are on, packs are on, isolation valve auto. Let's get the probe heats on, trim, air, yaw damper for what it's worth. Gen 1, 2 both look good. Fantastic. Alright, we'll shut the APU off. Getting a bit hot, fast there. And there, I think, is the airfield in sight already. It is. Engines back to idle. Got some rain appearing. Alright, getting the boards out.
2,500.
Think rate. Think rate. Pull up. Think rate. Think rate.
Starting to trim back. Well, the video so far is just under 9 minutes, and that included all the preamble. And here we are on the other side of the bay already, just coming into land. Boards are still out. I'm going to pull back to reduce speed. There's 250, flaps 1, 2, 5. I'm just going to shoot. Well, we're light, right? No passengers. Didn't even have time to check what fuel we had. We just picked what we had.
1,000.
Let's go for auto brake 2.
Stabilized, Mr. Birch, altitude set.
Is it? Really? Alright, coming around. Just got a glimpse of the runway there. Look good. We don't care about bank angle. Alright, flaps 15. Putting the boards away now, and we'll arm them.
Think rate. Think rate. Think rate. Think rate.
And flaps full.
500. 400.
This here's Oakland, by the way, so this is where you got to get to.
300.
Or you can pick any airfield that's across the bay, but this is the nearest, so you're probably going to go for Oakland.
100.
We're going to keep idle power.
50, 40, 30, 20, 10, 5.
There we go. Not a bad landing at all. And there we are, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Oakland, and with that, the end of the zombie apocalypse escape mission. Well, how quick did we do that? Perhaps you could let us know. Let us know if you can do it any quicker. If you feel up to it, you saw what we did, you know what the rules are. And with that, I'll see you again, and I'll do this with another aircraft. It was quite fun to do. We'll continue the series. So until then, wherever in the world you are, take care, and look forward to